Hey folks, you're about to watch the first episode of our brand spanking new show on Hulu entitled Rocket Jump, the show. It's the best title we could come up with. If you like what you see, then I got good news for you because episode 2, featuring a short directed by Ashley Birch, is available right now on Hulu. Oh, don't have a Hulu account? Don't worry about it. Head on over to rocketjump.com/Hulu, get an entire month of Hulu for free, no commercials. If you don't like what you see, it's all good. Different strokes for different folks. You can still get a free month. Real quick, international folks, we know that Hulu is not available everywhere, and we got you covered. So there's gonna be more news very shortly here on how you can watch this show legitly in a little bit. So stay tuned, and thanks for watching, everybody. What are we doing?
We're filming.
Oh.
We don't have an intro for the show yet.
You ain't got an intro yet? You
Guitar
keep
Hero?
rolling, keep rolling. We'll just do that again.
All right, here we go. This will be a better one.
Hey everybody, Freddie Wong here. Welcome to Rocket Jump.
You gotta give your title. People are coming in fresh to this.
Oh, okay.
So you gotta, like, the total package here.
Hi, international superstar Jackie Chan here, welcoming you to Rocket Jump.
Thanks.
I'm Freddie Wong, and this is Rocket Jump Studios. We make short films. You might have seen one like on your phone at some point. Now we got a show making 8 of the biggest shorts we've ever done. No room for error. New ending, you blow yourself up. I love it. We can't afford that. Too bad, because we're doing it anyway. Come behind the scenes with us every week as we try and figure out how we can just make one of these shorts where we succeed and sail to victory, or fail and fall flat on our faces. Only one way to find out. This is Rocket Jump, the show.
Introduce yourselves to start off.
Okay.
You know who I am.
Let me turn off the AC, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Hi, I'm Freddie Wong. I'm a co-founder and director at Rocket Jump.
Hey, I'm Matt Arnold. I'm a co-founder and director at Rocket Jump.
Oh, wow, both of us? No way.
Cool.
We were both in a practical special effects class at USC.
I saw him across the room.
Yeah, our eyes locked. His pupils dilated, my pupils dilate. That's an animal response showing arousal. I had always wanted to make movies. Like, I remember making movies in high school, which is like with your friends. I was like, this is a fun thing I'm doing in high school. I want to continue doing this fun thing for the rest of my life. So after college, we started making YouTube videos. This was around 2010 with my friend Brandon, and Matt quit his day job pretty soon after that to join us. Every week what we'd do is we would shoot, edit, and upload a short video to our YouTube channel. And these videos would have a lot of humor and action and kung fu hand-to-hand fights, shootouts, visual effects, because we're huge visual effects nerds, and things exploding. I mean, basically we were just making things that we would enjoy watching, things that would amuse us. And over time we grew a following and built up an audience online, and we started to find some mainstream success and got to work with, like actual celebrities.
Boss, I roll with the Wong gang now.
Altogether, our YouTube videos have been viewed over 1 billion times. The goal from the beginning was, let's just keep making movies the way we like making movies. And then the company side of it happened because we kept wanting to make movies that way. And that's pretty much what Rocket Jump is, which is our video production company. And as we started doing bigger projects, the company got bigger too.
And now we have 30 employees and organized meetings and health benefits, and you start out of necessity forming structure. We have a CFO.
My technical title is the CFO of Rocket Jump, which means I handle a lot of the administrative, accounting, and finance roles here. If one really were to boil it down, it's probably a lot of babysitting. That's what I went to school for. That's what I took the CPA exam for.
A director of operations.
So, Kate, what do you do around here?
Oh, I make sure that everybody eats something a couple of times a day, that nothing gets lit on fire.
It wasn't like, let's try to make a digital studio and public IPO in 10 years. It was like, how do I just keep making the dumb movie that I want to make, but with my friends?
I'm Ashim Muja. I'm a producer at Rocket Jump.
Who's that guy behind you?
Ashim's kind of like my right-hand man.
I'm Ashley. I work here, right here. I act here? My name's Lauren. I am the dean of the Rocket Jump Film School, and I'm also a cinematographer.
Hey, I'm Ben.
Yeah, so Rocket Jump is just like a big family, and I feel like Matt and Freddie are just kind of the mom and dad of everything.
I do act like a dad, and people say I look like a dad.
Yeah.
Because I just don't care. I've already given up, even though I'm only 29.
You wear golf hats and you
golf
have
shirt.
clubs
Yeah.
at the office.
But you're not the mom.
No.
So I'm both.
What am I?
You're a weird uncle.
Why weird? Why not cool uncle? Why not hip uncle?
Because hip and cool uncle wouldn't ask why am I the weird uncle.
So we've done short movies on YouTube, but we always want to push ourselves creatively and professionally. So the goal is to make 8 of the biggest, craziest, like wildest short films.
The best shorts. Rocket Jump is going to make the 8 best shorts on the internet. That's what we want to do.
We're gonna set that high watermark.
And if we don't, we failed.
We've let everyone down. Our audience, our parents, our friends, and you, the viewer.
Well, we can't subvert it. If Babe Ruth doesn't go like, I'm gonna hit there, probably. Like, right?
That's fair, yeah.
We are going to, Rocket Jump is going to make 8 hits.
8 hits?
I'm Babe Ruth calling it 8 times.
Wow.
That's what we're doing. I hope so. Busy couple of months here at Rocket Jump. We're doing 8 shorts. The first one we're gonna talk about today is
High Plains Drifter.
So short's called High Plains Drifter. It starts off, it looks like every Hollywood Western you've ever seen. Cowboys, saloon, the sheriff is, drinking her sorrows away, and the bad guy comes and they're gonna race for the town.
Oh shit. Starts like Unforgiven.
And the moment they walk outside, just turns into Fast and Furious.
There's like sweet techno music, hip hop.
There's horses on hydraulics,
golden like
like
horseshoes.
the teeth are all replaced by just like a chrome grill. It's what Fast and Furious those race scenes would be if it was the 1850s.
So like you're showing girls' ankles, like
Everything that they pitch is crazy and out of the box, and that leads into my job of trying to figure out how to pull off things that are crazy or haven't been done before. I know coming into it, there is going to be one thing that's going to make me just stop and think about how in the world we're going to do it.
Horses kick up, going around the corner. It's like, okay, this is pretty slick. It's pretty Fast and Furious. But the moment those horses hit, it's just.
The horses start to drift around it.
like all 4 legs, like horses start drifting around the corner.
Running and they're sliding across.
They're running or however it works. They're just gonna, I don't know how, they'll do something. They'll drift, like again, it's as if they just, whatever. The cars haven't come out yet, but you're still making Fast and Furious.
It just becomes a question as to whether or not they can do it for us so we get that element of the horses drifting. We try to do some research. It's hard to find research on it. Like we got everything from like it's illegal to do that to the horses. That's why you only see it in Mexico. To you can do it, but they need like special shoes.
You said in Mexico? Is there actually?
Yeah, I can show you footage of it. Oh god. Yeah, no, it's.
Can I see that one more time? This drift I had never seen before, and so in researching it, we found that it's almost impossible to find something that can be done here that's readily available with a person that had set experience. So training a horse in a short amount of time to do something like that was it was not possible.
In the end, it was a hard one to lose, but we had to say, okay, well, we can't drift a horse.
Drifting's a dumb idea anyway.
Yeah, drifting was stupid. Whose dumb idea was drifting?
That was awesome.
Drifting
but
was stupid, but the point is though, we were like, okay, but let's back up. So rather than base the whole short on, okay, here's a horse drifting, instead we're now basing it on, okay, here's a Western shot in a way you've never seen it before.
Yeah, but I've seen shot like they do. It's dangerous for cars to drive at each other. They do it. They
Cars
have
don't trip. Cars don't lose their balance potentially.
If the horse trips at full speed, there's a problem anyways.
Matt and Freddie resolve things in a very healthy, in a way that they love each other and they care about each other, but they fight like brothers.
The horse doesn't have eyes like this.
They don't have them like this, but they're also not like this. They're like,
right here. They're on the side.
They'll wrestle a little bit until they sort of start to resolve it.
The horse should catch up. They both are going in the same direction.
Yeah, and then have it. Yes, and then we'll go into the nostril.
We're just going crazy on planning out all of our shots and the camera moves and the way it looks. So that means we're getting like a camera car with a big crane on it so that we can chase the horses at full speed.
We're getting the Taro, which is like an RC car with a camera on it that we can get really low to the ground and be like right next to their feet and everything.
And we're also doing a full-on Matrix bullet time rig with like 25 GoPros so that we can do like crazy slow motion, freeze the action and like zoom around it.
So it's a period piece with a very specific location, has horses, has a large crowd scene, and on top of that we have really intricate stunts. I mean, this is just a lot of shit that's happening.
So I'm gonna run through the day and then we're gonna talk about some safety things. First up, this is where we're gonna have about 40 plus background down here, okay? Plus crew, it's gonna be close to 100 people in the area, okay? The fewer bodies out there, the better, because we're gonna have horses here with horse wranglers. These horses are trained to do this kind of thing. However, they are still animals and you never know what can happen.
there's a lot of potential dangers. You have a very large animal with a very small brain, and you also have a human that's trying to control them, so sometimes they don't line up.
They can be unpredictable because they're animals, and that looks like a big dinosaur, so it's understandable why they might be afraid of it.
99% of the time, it's going to run right here. The 1% that it doesn't, it means that there was something outside of the training environment that happened. And it can be as simple as the wind blowing and a plastic bag crosses its path.
I feel like the worst case that could happen on this, someone falls off the horse into another horse and they fall, then setting the camera car off gear and then falling into a ditch.
Cameras are at 100%. We're gonna go for picture. Everybody to one, please. Pictures up. And 3, 2, 1.
High Plains Drifter is far and away, I think, the most technically complex and challenging short that we've ever attempted. There was a lot of nervousness from everybody, I think, going into it. And in a situation like that on set, the first camera shot is incredibly important because it sets the morale and the pace for the whole shoot going forward.
Here we go. Ready? And action!
So the first shot went off well, but we only got 12 hours in a day, so there's not a lot of celebrating usually. We just have to move on.
You should try to get...
I'm gonna swap my tarot now.
Swap the tarot? Let's swap the tarot.
Okay.
Matt and Freddie have a really interesting directing dynamic. Freddie is the one who, you know, he's the face of the company in a lot of ways. He gets a lot of the attention.
Big fan. Thanks. Cool. Thanks. I appreciate it.
But Matt is actually the one who's kind of the more traditional writer-director in a lot of sense.
You punch Hayward in super slow motion.
Matt, in a nutshell, is basically an incredibly exuberant child in a grown man's body. Like, his Lego collection is jaw-dropping and frankly embarrassing for somebody who is an adult who's married and doesn't have kids.
What Matt's great is selling enthusiasm. It's this ability to really rope you into whatever he's excited about.
Like, sometimes he'll have difficulty conveying what he means using English.
We need to do the big this.
He's incredibly passionate and enthusiastic about stuff that you can't help but be on his side.
Freddie is a complicated human being. He is Rocket Jump. He is Freddie Wong, like YouTube star. But he's really just this kind of awkward sandal-wearing guy. He just wants to be laid back in a chair, just patting his tummy. On set, Freddie likes to get his hands dirty. Like, if there's going to be a stunt, he's going to be on the car filming it. Freddie is always trying to figure out the technical, practical applications required to make film great.
You know, people talk about directing duos like there's some mystical connection, and I don't think that's really true at all. I think what Matt and Freddie have is they understand what needs to be done, and they trust each other to do it.
Here's the biggest lie that Hollywood has trained everyone to believe, and that is a movie is the singular vision of a director. The movie doesn't get made by the will of one person alone. The movie gets made by the hands and the hard work and the talent of everybody underneath it. And stuff that there's so much stuff that the director has nothing to do with.
The director may be almost a tastemaker at times and be like, yeah, that is a good shot. But oftentimes the cinematographer or the costume designer or anybody is bringing you something and they're saying, look at this. You didn't come up with it. Like, it wasn't yours.
We're not experts in everything. And we're pretty much walking children. And we're really interested in what everybody else brings to the table. And what's really cool is it was all hands on deck in like the most literal of terms. Like, Asham was a producer and he was sitting there, you know, handling scheduling and budget and logistics. But then on the day of the shoot, we're like, we need extras too. So he put on like a serape and he's like an extra. He does a stunt. He does kind of does a stunt. And Kate, who probably, you know, had way more important things to do as our director of operations, she got dressed up and played a character in the short.
Trisha, like, our head of merchandise, is like also in costume, and like, I mean, everybody showed up.
To look at this and say, oh, this was Matt and Freddie. Matt and Freddie directed this. It's like, sure, but the ideas, the execution, the form of it is made with many hands.
Cut.
Cut.
And to me, that's what's crazy about this whole thing is that day in and day out, we get to work surrounded by our friends and run around with cameras and basically play make-believe for a living. And as naive as it might sound, I can't think of anything else I'd rather be doing.
Say, Sheriff, ain't you got a race coming up?
Maybe a race to the bottom of this here flask. I'm in the lead.
Sally! Hey, Sheriff. Looks like you're trespassing on my land.
This city don't belong to you yet, you son of a bitch.
Oh, no. Big bad sheriff is threatening me. Her words might carry some weight if she still had a horse to race with.
Yeah, Sally, what happened? Misplaced your horse? I loved that horse.
Well, seeing as how you're lacking yourself a ride, I guess we could pronounce this race over.
Not so fast.
Esmeralda, I thought you weren't never coming back.
I always pay back my debts. She can use my horse.
You giving me carbine?
Ain't nobody I'd rather have riding in my saddle.
Enough flabberjabbing! We're gonna race for this town, and you're gonna choke to death on my goddamn dust.
Living for today, cause tomorrow's not promised. We at the top, we ain't never coming down. Pop a couple bottles, baby, buy another round. Yeah, we at the top, we ain't never coming down. We ain't never gonna stop. Cause we at the top, yeah, cause we at the top, yeah, yeah. Sitting on the top of the world with a car full of girls and a neck full of pearls. Sipping on a bottle of the lean with a model and my team and my boys on the
Hey,
same
Sheriff!
thing. Club going crazy with the hottest.
Better not die out there. You can fit that sells me a rematch.
Always happy to beat you again, Ingo.
I'm not talking change, so I'm talking fame, these permanent times. We're making the money, then flip it, then whip it, then ship it to moms. We're breaking the bacon, then making you think, cause we dropping them bombs. Whoa.
You know we rolling, getting money, always up to some. And spending bread and getting hit and doing it all in public. Some people got a budget, me, yeah, I just got a budget. I spend it all, and I be yelling, fuck it.
We ain't never coming down. A couple balls, baby, buy another round. Yeah, we at the top. 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 We ain't never coming down. We ain't never gonna stop. Cause we at the top.
Well, at least one of us ain't hungover. You ready?
Yo, Sal Gal, you're back. Have you seen Hayward's horse?
Should I be worried?
Should you be?
Damn, girl, that's a pure breed Arabian. Only 4 of those in America. 15.1 hands high with an imported crown priest bridle. And have you seen those fetlocks?
Why don't you scrape your jaw off the ground and tell me how I beat him?
Don't let them get you on the straightaway. Those hawks are going to overdrive before you can lash your reins. If you corner him on the turn, you get Carbine's flanks kicking, you might just stand a chance.
Here's hoping. Good a day to quit drinking as any. Oh. Let's do this.
Sally Westfield, you're gonna be sheriff one day. And I hope I'm here to see it.
You're the past, Sheriff. And this is the future.
Mommy, there ain't nothing makes me happier than seeing you on a horse.
Sally! She's coming! She's coming!
Don't ever stop raising sound. Don't you? Stop.
Cause we at the top, yeah, we at the top, yeah, we at the top, yeah, cause we at the top, yeah. We rollin', you coming, we goin', we nothing but dimes. I'm not talking change, yo, I'm talking fame, these permanent times. We making the money, then flip it, then whip it, then ship it to moms. We breaking the bacon, then making you think cause we dropping them bombs. Whoa.
You know we rollin', getting money, always up to some. And spending bread and getting hit and doing it all in public. Some people got a budget, me, yeah, I just got a budget. I spend it on, I be yelling.
We at the top, we ain't never coming down. Pop a couple bottles, baby, buy another round. Yeah, we at the top, 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 yeah, we at the top. We ain't never coming down, we ain't never gonna stop. Cause we at the top, yeah.